Anybody can deny that. Whether these corporations are independent corporations belonging to shareholders, or whether they are huge corporations belonging to the state, like, say, in England we have British Nuclear Fuels, which has got the most polluting nuclear installation in the world, which has completely contaminated the Irish Sea, which is now one of the most radioactive stretches of water in the world. Here is a corporation that belongs to the state, but it's as difficult to deal with as any corporation that belongs to shareholders, as unaccountable and as corrupt as it is possible to imagine. You're dealing there with a criminal enterprise that is totally unconcerned with the consequences of its activities on people and on the environment as a whole. They just do not give a damn. Everything they do is secret. They lie about absolutely everything. And all they're interested in is their own short-term economic interests. Now, you could say the same for most of the major corporations, I'm afraid to say, that we have to deal with. And we know this. We like to, people think we're radicals when we say this sort of things. But I never see myself as a radical. I see myself as a conservative. I believe in the family, in the community. I believe in traditional values. I believe in religion. I see myself as a conservative. For me, the radicals are the people who are bulldozing this planet, who are destroying all these traditional cultures that have existed for thousands of years, who are wiping out forests that have been around for 100 million years, who are actually transforming this planet. You see, the creation of 3,000 million years of evolution to replace it by the shoddy, totally unsustainable world of cement and metals, etc. These are the radicals for me. So, in fact, back again to these corporations. You can see what is the role of the corporations if you consider why we are not solving the major problems that confront us today. You see, we know what these problems are. I've already tried to list them. Why are we not solving them? Well, the answer is quite clearly that the big corporations that gain by the activities that are leading to these problems will not let us. They are too powerful. If we cannot stop global warming, it's because the oil industry won't let us do so. And as we know, in this country here, Mr. Bush represented the oil industry before he represented the American people. I don't think anybody would deny that. That's why we were not allowed to deal satisfactorily with the global warming at Rio de Janeiro. America refused to take this issue seriously. Well, it's true of ozone layer depletion. Why can we not deal with this? This is a very simple thing to deal with. You're just going to stop producing CFCs, and a few other chemicals, halons and other things. Why can't we do that? Because the corporations producing these things won't let us. DuPont is a very powerful corporation. And they now have permission to go on producing the substitutes they've developed for CFCs, the HCFCs, which are also ozone depleters. They've been given permission to do that at both recent meetings, the one in London and the one in Denmark, which occurred a month or two ago. And therefore this is absolutely unacceptable, but they are powerful enough to insist on this. We could easily make refrigerators which use ammonia or propane, or we can make refrigerators that don't use chemicals at all. You'd use Stirling engines. But this is not in the interests of DuPont, that has patented these HCFCs and wants to make money producing them. If everybody catches cancer, so what? The consequences of ozone layer depletion are terrifying. I don't know if you've seen it. You've seen the reports on it. You're talking about tremendous ecological damage. We've already, for instance, phytoplankton are very, very vulnerable to ultraviolet radiation, and there's already a 10% reduction in phytoplankton populations in the Arctic, in the Antarctic. Nitrogen-fixing bacteria, in particular cyanobacteria that fix nitrogen in paddy fields in the tropics, are very vulnerable. All sorts of crops that we grow are very vulnerable. So the consequences of continuing to deplete the ozone layer could be absolutely apocalyptic. But here we are, this company, DuPont, simply doesn't give a damn, so long as it can go on making money selling HCFCs which they patented. Well, this is something which is totally and completely unacceptable. You are dealing here with what in effect is a criminal organization. If the term criminal can be used in a sensible term, in a sensible way, then quite clearly you have to accept the fact that this organization is criminal.